Hi, I'm Scott Willison, owner of the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington. Today we're going to tie kind of a modern variation on a classic bonefish fly, Randall Kaufman's Christmas Island Special, using some of the new materials available. I'm starting out with a Daiichi 2546 saltwater hook in my vise, and I'm going to use a white 140 Denier Ultra thread to begin with. Go ahead and get a little bit of a thread base going there. And then I'm going to attach a pair of small sized brass eyes here. We'll get those going in about 2 eye widths back from the eye of the hook. And we're just going to use figure-8 wraps to get those in place. I always like to go around the base a couple of times. That really seats those eyes well. And then we'll apply a layer of thread to the rest of the hook there, and then return to just behind the eyes. This is a relatively new material called Chiccone's Barred Crusher Legs. This is the orange clear color, and I've cut off 3 of them, which I'm going to use for the tail on this fly. This is going to give it lots of movement. Just to keep that body thin, I like to pull back on them. Alright, so we've got our legs attached there. Trim off that little nub. Next, for the body, I'm going to use an orange flat diamond braid. Cut off a little length there. The reason I like to use white thread starting this fly is so that I don't affect the color of the fly with this material. The diamond braid's kind of translucent, and I want it to show its true colors and not a thread color from underneath. Alright, so we'll go ahead and wind that forward. And then when I get to the head, I'm going around the eyes once in each direction. And we'll tie that off under the eyes. Go ahead and trim the excess. And then I'm going to do a couple half hitches because I'm going to change my thread color here. I've got a bobbin spooled up with a fluorescent fire orange 140 Denier Ultra thread. Go ahead and start that on there. Now this next step is optional, but it'll really help to reinforce your fly. I've got a bottle of the bone dry Solarez, and I like to coat the body in that, particularly up around the eyes. Sometimes you're fishing bonefish on sand, coral, kind of abrasive materials. And this little extra step will make your fly very durable. This is a UV resin. That dries super hard with no tack. Alright, then we'll hit that with the light for a couple seconds. Get that hardened up, and we're good. Next, for the wing or the beard on the fly, I'm going to use a material called Pseudo hair. This is a tan color. This stuff's a lot like craft fur, but it's quite a bit softer, so it really moves and breathes nicely in the water. I like to keep a lot of my bonefish flies fairly sparse, so I'm going to take care not to use too much here. Cut off a little plume. I'm gonna use my index finger and thumb to kind of get any of that under fur out, even though this is a synthetic. And I'm just gonna even it up a little bit here. And then we'll tie that in. This is gonna extend just slightly past the bend of the hook. Got that trimmed. And then lastly, I'm going to add a couple strands of hot orange crystal flash, just to give it a little bit more flash. I'm going to cut off 2 strands here. We'll tie those in the center and then fold them back. That way they don't pull out. And then we're just going to build up a nice, neat little head of this orange thread here. And whip finish, and we're done. I'm going to go ahead and trim this up just a little bit here. I like to kind of trim those rubber legs different lengths. I don't want them all the same. We are going to endeavor to do the same thing with our crystal flash here too. There we go. We got a nice shrimpy looking rubber-legged Christmas Island special. Great bonefish fly. This one is destined to be fished on Christmas Island. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed our video today. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Scott Willison with the Confluence Fly Shop in Bellingham, Washington. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks.